welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey, welcome back. This is Heather Hope, your host of The Inspired Entrepreneur. Okay, so today is September 23rd, Wednesday, 2020 still, right? Okay, so let's keep this going. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Heather, and I am a law of attraction business coach, mentor, teacher, inspirational writer, and speaker. I've actually been editing my book. Most of what I've been doing today. I actually slept until noon. If you believe that, if you know me at all, you know that that I get up between 6 and 7 in the morning, like pretty fairly religiously, just on my own. But I was practicing something today. I've been practicing a lot of completely letting go of any kind of worry, any kind of angst, or that feeling of trying to make things happen or trying to get somewhere. Does that make sense? Like, I've been working on this for quite some time, but this week in particular, well, I'm recording this on Tuesday, so it's been such a long week already, but not really. It came to me that I'm a future-oriented person, and I'm like always trying to move to the next thing. I'm always like, I hate saying this because it's like always, all these absolute terms, but it's like I want to get to the next thing as fast as possible. Let me know if you're like that. But I've had to cool my jets. Another phrase I've never said in my life. And chill out. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the journey. I've practiced that for the past year and a half or so, and it has proven over and over to be the best strategy, is to just enjoy the journey. Be happy where I am right now. Be super content, but always, envisioning, visualizing, daydreaming of all the cool things, like in my vortex, and all the cool things that will be coming along shortly. So where am I going with this? So this morning, I think I woke up at 6 or 7, and I'm like, I have like most of my sunscreens down. It's pretty far down, so there's not a whole lot of light coming in my bedroom in the morning now. And if that happens, I just don't want to get up because it doesn't seem as bright as it should be at 7 a.m. So I kind of slept until 8. I'm like, and it felt so good to be in bed. And so I just kept sleeping, and I kept waking up, and I'm feeling really good and happy and having all these happy thoughts and, kind of visualizing some things. And then it dawned on me. I'm like, well, I'm practicing the vibration of being a millionaire. And having millions of dollars, having a really easy business to run, having, I don't have any kids, I don't have any grand responsibilities in life anymore. I was laying in bed, and I'm like, so this morning I'm going to practice being a millionaire. And what does that mean? I do this all the time, but in bed, sleeping in, enjoying my bed so much, laying next to my husband, being in a good mood. I've been in a really fantastic mood for the last several days, and it has been legit my number one priority at this point in life is just to be happy. Just to be happy. That's all I care about now, is just to be happy, because when I care about my happiness all day long, good things happen to me. Like amazing, cool things happen to me. Ideas happen. People happen, like all kinds of things happen. And it's like, that is the key is just to be happy, have happy thoughts. Don't get don't get messed up with arguments and stupid stuff on the internet and all this stuff. Recover really quickly from all that stuff. Just like get over it. And so I practice, I'm going to say, the art of feeling like a millionaire, laying in bed, waking up whenever the heck I want to, because I know that that will be my life when we have millions of dollars in the bank. And the way that I have my business set up, I know for a fact, and this came to me this morning, I know for a fact we're going to be sleeping in a whole lot more. We just will, because it's that feeling of freedom. So I'm laying in bed this morning without a care in the world because I don't have anything. Like tomorrow um, I have my academy call, my coaching call twice a month. And so like that's like the only thing scheduled for tomorrow. All the other stuff, just everything I do in my business, I just do, you know, when I feel like it. So for the most part, unless I have some kind of deadline, then it's fine. But so this morning, I'm like, I'm getting into the vibration of freedom, the freedom of not having to get up at any certain time. Now, of course, I've created this life, but already based on how I wanted to live. That's the whole point of like the Soul Aligned Business Academy, is really tapping into who you are, who you want to be, and how you want your business to be structured as well, to go along with how you want to live your life. And that was super important for me because I know that I really want to spend majority of my time having fun, which I do in my business as well, but having fun, not having a whole lot of places I have to be, or a whole lot of appointments, or a whole lot of, just anything, right? Like I can get myself into some thoughts of like, I could be doing all this stuff, like being really, really busy. And then I realize, wait. You don't like being very busy. Like occasionally I do. But there's, when you have a life, you end up having lots of things that you have to do. That's not business related. It's just your life, right? So I'm really careful about what I stack into my business because that's just not me. I don't, at this point right now anyway, especially with, planning on moving and traveling all across the world. It's like, I don't want to have things to interfere with that. So this morning, my husband was actually like, I told him what I did. It was noon when I got out of bed, when we both got out of bed. And I told him, he's just like, that's what you were doing. Because I was really wondering why it was noon or almost noon and you're still not out of bed. Like you didn't even get up to go do your mindset work this morning. And then usually, sometimes when I sleep in, I leave for a while and then I just get kind of tired and I come back to bed. And so this morning I never got up. And he was curious, like that's odd for her. But it was just practicing the freedom of being a millionaire, just that freedom of not having to get up, because I know that that's going to be my life in the future, that I'm going to have days. Like I love getting up early in the morning, but it's not a necessity at this point in my life. And so I like the freedom of being able to sleep in or get up or do whatever I want. And that's just the way it is. So as a millionaire, you can imagine that feeling of freedom and ease and choices, right? That's what Abraham tells us is the vibration of money. Having more money is that feeling of freedom, ease, and choices. And that's what I was feeling this morning, and I felt really good. So I've learned over time to not beat myself up over not getting things done or not getting up at a certain time. I used to be that person. I used to beat myself up over or being disappointed or bummed or whatever emotion of like not getting up early or not getting up like I normally do. I literally don't have to go anywhere, like on any day. Ever, practically ever, right? But I still get up pretty early. I go to bed around midnight and I usually get up between 6, 7. And I think having more sleep once in a while is perfectly fine. So anyway, that's what I was doing this morning and it felt great. And because I knew I had a couple calls that I probably should do today. just for things on my to-do list that I kind of forget to do. But like, yeah, I can do that later. I have podcast episodes to record. Yeah, that totally happens late in the afternoon, anytime I do them, um, because I'm always doing some other things. No problem. Okay, so we're 10 minutes in. Where's our day? If you're new here still, if you're still here, if you're hanging on, I have written a book called The Inspired Entrepreneur. And that's what inspired this podcast. So it was like almost in the same thought that I knew what the book was going to be about, because I knew I was going to write a book again. This is my 9th book that I've written and is being published. But this is my first book in the actual law of attraction space, and I know it's going to be just first of many. Once I get the book in my hands, it's going to just completely be life-changing for me, because I love physical books. And all my other books in the past have been ebooks. It's going to be a different feeling. I know it. It's going to be something that I'm going to want many more. I'm going to want shelves of books. Okay, so it's a daily inspiration. So it's 366 days of inspiration for entrepreneurs. So I work with business owners, which is like the full gamut of anybody who's self-employed. So it could be celebrities, which I do work with, could be TV personalities, could be actresses, actors, bakery owners, restaurant owners, coaches, anybody online, anybody who's self-employed. Like, I did not niche down on this sucker. And, despite what everybody says to do, I work with law of attraction with business owners. That's niched enough, let me tell you. I work with real estate agents. I almost niched completely with real estate agents for one entire program that I was going to create, but I'm like, oh, no, just put them all in one. We're good. So I run the Soul Aligned Business Academy. It's a monthly business coaching membership, and it helps business owners to create and expand and have the successful soul-aligned business, the one that they're just absolutely in love with. They attract clients like crazy. They're just super happy in life in general, because that's insanely important. So we focus a lot on that, on really just tapping into being a happy person. And so, okay. So this is a daily podcast, and at least for the first year, it will be a daily podcast. So today's September 23rd. Let's jump into it. It's really short today. So it could be one line, it could be paragraphs. I was editing earlier, and there was one that was 2 pages, and I had to cut it down because it was like way too much. Okay, so today's quote, or whatever you want to call it, is remind yourself this often. This is what I do. I remind myself this nearly every day. Remind yourself, I am powerful. You have to write this down. You have to. I am powerful. You have to ingrain this into your mind, into your brain. Remind yourself daily, all day long, that you are powerful. You are an extension of source energy. You know what source energy is? It's powerful. So you are an extension, a physical extension of the broader part of you that is source energy. So important. I was walking around the house. I was doing something right before this, and I felt like I was in the Matrix today. I don't know about the Matrix movie, but some weird stuff was happening, or some ordinary stuff, whatever you want to call it, where I was like, yeah, we really create our own reality, and everything's perceptual, and just this kind of like weird place I was in, this like vision wise of seeing things kind of move. It was bizarre, let me tell you, but you create your own reality. But when you really dig into what that means, it's like, holy moly, wow. It's just, wow. Okay, so remind yourself this often, I am powerful. So when life gets to you, you have to remind yourself this is the work, right? We've been talking about the work lately, the last few episodes about the work. The work is getting yourself into a good place emotionally. The work is paying attention to the statements that you say to yourself. The work is not getting triggered. That's a word that was overdone. Overdone. It's a word that I used to use as a therapist. Was triggered. So, yeah, okay. So, let's just keep going with you're powerful. You're powerful. Sorry, I had to grab a phone call and then I paused it and I'm like, well, it probably would have been really smart to remember what I was talking about. I'll remember next time. It's a phone call that I've been trying to make for a week and the person called me back and I was like, I don't want to play phone tag. You know how that goes. Okay, so remind yourself daily that you are powerful. Like dig into the whole idea that you are powerful and what that means. We were talking about the work. I remember now. The work is not getting upset over lots of things. Oh, I was talking about triggered. Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's the word that we use in counseling and psychology. And, there's a lot of words that I think mainstream people got a hold of, like, and coaches use these words too, which I just don't agree. There's a lot of words that I would prefer would stay in that area. And so triggered is one of them. I hate that word at this point. But, to not get triggered by every little thing, to have that, one of the things like emotional resiliency, emotional toughness type of thing of like really not getting upset about everything, kind of being, I want to say kind of being less sensitive in that regard. Sensitivity is a great thing with emotions of like, then it indicates, how you feel about something. But so often that's not the greatest way either, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so the work is really paying attention to the words and statements that you use with yourself and others, and to look through the eyes of source. When you look through the eyes of source, it's love. So working on that. So loving yourself more, loving others more, being more forgiving, but also, Abraham talks about forgiveness of like that there really isn't any need for forgiveness because everybody is source. And I don't know, that's a whole nother story. So we won't dive into that right now. Okay, guys. So I'm going to let you go and have a great rest of your day. Check out my 7 things you must stop doing in your business to grow with the law of attraction. Hey, I actually said that all without even thinking. That's amazing because that's a long title. So check in the link below. Grab that. It's a PDF download. You can. It's 7 mindset things that I kept seeing over the summer in other groups, and some of the things that and these are just normal human things that we do. I keep losing my thought. We do these things as humans. So we've been conditioned in so many things to feel a certain way, think a certain way, be a certain way. And if we would stop doing those and do something else, it'll help in your business. Okay. And also down below is a link to check out more information for the Soul Aligned Business Academy if you want to join us. Twice a month I do a coaching call, a live Q&A call with the group, and I have lessons every month on helping everybody get into alignment, helping them envision their business the way that they want it to be, to manifest things that they want, So join us and have an amazing rest of your day. Bye bye.